You're late again, Noah. I know. Subway stalled. I'm sorry, Jason. You can't keep using the train as an excuse, he said without even looking at me. Want to get hired full-time, don't you? Of course I do. I'm trying. Then try harder. I swallowed my frustration and nodded. Got it. He finally turned to face me, lips curled into that smirk I used to think was charming. You're lucky I'm the one evaluating you. Anyone else would have let you go by now. I'm grateful, really. He leaned in a little, eyes flicking toward the empty hallway. Tonight, my place? I nodded again, softer this time. Yeah, I'll bring wine, he grinned. Good boy. I hated how much I liked hearing that. The rest of the day blurred past. Coffee runs, copy edits, and emails Jason didn't want to write. I stayed late, like always, trying to prove my worth. Sophie from HR passed by around 7. She gave me a cold glance, the kind that says, "You don't belong here," and kept walking. I wondered if she knew. Maybe everyone did. Maybe I was the joke and didn't even realize it yet. By the time I got to Jason's apartment, I was exhausted. But I smiled anyway as I handed him the wine. Cabernet. You remembered, he said, popping the cork. You're hard to forget, I said, half joking. He laughed. Battery suits you better. Then clumsiness. I sat on his couch, waiting for him to sit beside me. He didn't. You ever think about telling people? I asked. About us, I mean? Jason paused mid-pour. Why? I don't know. It's been a year. Just I don't want to keep hiding. He handed me my glass. You're just an intern, Noah. It's complicated. I won't be an intern forever. Maybe, maybe not. That stung. So, what are we doing then? He took a long sip and said nothing. I didn't push it. 3 days later, I found out what he really thought of me. It was Friday night. Office happy hour. I wasn't invited, but I knew where they were going. Same bar as always. I told myself I'd just walk by. I didn't plan to go in. But I heard his laugh through the open window. Come on, man. The kid follows you around like a puppy, someone said. He does, Jason replied, voice smug. Craves attention like he's starving. You tapping that? He laughed harder. Please. He's like a stray dog who begs for affection. It's pathetic. The whole table roared. I froze outside, heart pounding in my chest like it was trying to escape. I waited, hoping maybe it wasn't real. Maybe I imagined it. Then Jason added, he seriously thinks we're dating. Isn't that adorable? That broke me. I turned around and walked home. I didn't cry until I was in my apartment. Lights off, alone. The next morning, I walked into the office early and straight to Jason's desk. He looked up, surprised. Hey, didn't expect you in today, was it true? He blinked. What? What you said last night? At the bar? His smile faltered. You were there? Just answer me. He leaned back in his chair. Don't be dramatic, Noah. So it's true. Didn't deny it. It made me feel like we met. Something like, I mattered to you. You do. As a person. But don't confuse fun with meaning. Fun, look, you're sweet. But come on, you knew what this was? No, Jason, I didn't, he sighed. This is why I kept it quiet. Emotional, that's not attractive. I clenched my jaw. You said I was pathetic. I didn't mean it like that. Then how did you mean it? He shrugged. You're just not. At my level, Noah, I can't be with someone who's still trying to figure out their life. I need someone polished. So all of this, everything between us, was just you passing? Time. Don't take things so personally. I stepped back, biting the inside of my cheek. I'm quitting. He blinked. Wait, what? You in? I'm done. Don't be stupid. You need this internship? Apparently not as much as I needed self-respect. I left before he could say anything else. That night, I packed my things. I didn't have a plan. No job. No savings. No clue what to do next. But for the first time in months, I felt something close to clarity. Jason never loved me. Maybe he never even liked me, and I had wasted a year. Thinking I was special, my phone buzzed. Lena, dinner tomorrow? I'll cook. Bring your broken heart and some wine. I smiled through the ache in my chest. Yeah, okay. Dinner sounded good, and maybe, just maybe, tomorrow would hurt a little less. Didn't knock. I just walked straight into his office. Jason looked up from his laptop, lazy like nothing had happened. "You okay?" "I heard everything." He blinked. "Everything. The bar. What you said to your friends. Calling me pathetic. Stray dog." He sighed like I was wasting his time. "Noah, was it true?" He leaned back in his chair. "What part? That you never cared? That I was just something to laugh at? You're making this dramatic? Answer me." Jason gave me a tired shrug. "It was a joke. Guys joke around. You said I begged for affection. I didn't mean it seriously. Then why didn't you stop them? Why didn't you defend me?" He tilted his head. "What would I even say? That I'm dating an intern?" "You were dating me?" He laughed, cold. "You thought that's what this was? I gave you everything. My time, my heart. You gave me convenience." My breath caught. "Unbelievable. Don't take things so personally, Noah. You were a fun distraction. That's it. I wasn't a toy. Then don't act like one." I couldn't speak. I could barely breathe. Jason returned to typing, like the conversation bored him. Quitting. He didn't even look up. "Do what you want. It's all you have to say." "What do you want? A speech? You were never going to make it here anyway?" I walked out before I started crying. Lena opened the door in her pajamas, holding a cup of tea. "Oh my God," she said, pulling me in. "What happened?" "I quit." She set the tea down fast. "What? Why?" "I'll explain later." She sat beside me on the couch, wrapping me in a blanket. "You're shaking. I don't have a job. I don't have anyone. I feel like I'm disappearing." "You're not," she said firmly. "You're not disappearing. I was in love with someone who thought I was trash." "Jason," I nodded. "What did he do?" "He laughed about me. Said I was a joke." Lena clenched her jaw. "I swear, if I ever see him, I don't want revenge." "Good. You're better than that." "No," I whispered. "I'm not. I spent 2 days in bed. No job. No messages. No motivation. I didn't even open the blinds." On the third morning, my phone buzzed. "Mr. Isaac Lancaster. I'd like to meet. I reviewed your proposal. It impressed me." I stared at it for 10 whole minutes. Lena walked in with a bowl of cereal. "You look like you saw a ghost." "Mr. Lancaster just texted me." "The CEO?" "Yeah. What did he say?" "He wants to meet." She sat down slowly. "You're not joking?" "No." "Then go." "I don't have anything to wear." Pointed at her closet. "Pick anything black. Confidence is the outfit." His office was cold, not in temperature. In presence, stark glass, dark suits, polished wood. Mr. Lancaster barely glanced up when I entered. "Noah Wright?" "Yes, sir." "Sit." I sat. "You quit?" "Yes." "Why?" "I wasn't respected." "That's vague." I hesitated. "I trusted someone who didn't value me." His eyes finally met mine. "Jason." I froze. "You know, I watch everything." Silence stretched. "Your innovation pitch?" he said, sliding a folder toward me. It had substance. Thank you. Jason took credit for it, didn't he?" I didn't answer. "He took that as a yes. You're wasted as an intern." I swallowed. "I'm unemployed now. You're not." "What?" "I'm offering you a short-term contract. Assist me directly."
3 months.
"Prove yourself." My voice shook. "Why me?" "Shh. Because you survived something ugly and still want to grow." "That's rare." I sat there, stunned. Double quotes. "Well," he asked. "Yes, I accept." "Good," he said, rising. "Start Monday." That night, Lena made pasta. "You got hired by the Mr. Lancaster?" she asked, twirling noodles like it was. "Any normal day?" "Yes." "How?" "He liked my ideas." "He read your ideas?" "He reads everything. Said I survived something ugly." Lena pointed her fork. "He's not wrong." I put my phone down. I feel scared. Of what? Messing up, being humiliated again. You know what's scarier? What? Staying broken? I looked at her, quiet. "You're not worthless, Noah," she said. "Not even close." I nodded, slow. I just want to feel proud of myself. You will. One step at a time. I stood in front of my mirror that night, buttoning up a clean shirt. I didn't look like a CEO's assistant, but I didn't look like a stray dog anymore either. Asterisk. I sat across from Mr. Lancaster, trying not to fidget. You're early, he said without looking up. You said 9 sharp. He nodded once. I like people who respect time. Do you know why you're here? No, sir. He closed the folder. In front of him, my name was printed on the tab. I've reviewed the proposals you submitted during your internship. I didn't think anyone read those. I did, he said flatly. They were better than Jason's. My breath caught. Thank you. I'm offering you a 3-month contract. Special assistant to me. You'll shadow, learn, and execute. You directly? Yes. I've never done anything like that. I'm aware. Why me? Because you have raw insight, he said, folding his hands. And you're hungry? I hesitated. What if I fail? He leaned back. Then you'll learn. If you quit again, you'll prove Jason right. I flinched. He won't. Be part of this project, right? Mr. Lancaster looked amused. Jason now reports to me, and indirectly to you. My stomach twisted. Wait, what? You'll attend my briefings. He'll be present. You'll lead part of them. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. He stared at me. Do you want the job or not? I hesitated too long. Think carefully, he said. Fear doesn't serve you. At home, Lena stood in the kitchen, slicing oranges. He offered you what? She asked. Assistant to the CEO? And you said no? I didn't say no. I said I'm scared. Of what? Of being in the same room as Jason? Of messing up? Of being laughed at again? She dropped a slice into my glass. So you're going to let a loser keep you small? It's not that simple. It is, she said. You saw something. In you, don't waste it. I looked down. Said Jason reports to me. Oh my God, that's delicious. She grinned. Say yes and make that man sweat. Is that revenge? No, she said, smiling. That's justice. I hit reply on Mr. Lancaster's email. Subject, re-contract role message. Thank you for the opportunity. I accept. First day, top floor. The air felt heavier up there, like it belonged to people who knew their worth. Welcome, said a woman at reception. Mr. Lancaster is waiting inside. I opened the door. Jason was already seated. He looked up, stunned. You, I nodded. Surprise. Mr. Lancaster didn't flinch. Noah will assist with our expansion campaign. Jason laughed nervously. He's an intern. Former intern, I corrected. Mr. Lancaster turned to me. Present your outline. My voice almost cracked. But I pulled out the folder. Right, the 5-phase plan. I laid it out clearly, avoiding Jason's eyes. When I finished, Lancaster gave a curt nod. Efficient, direct. Jason, thoughts? Jason forced a smile. It's decent. I think it's sharp, Lancaster said. We'll test Noah's plan. Jason's smile fell. Understood. Outside the boardroom, Jason cornered me. By the coffee station. What is this? He hissed. I work here, I said calmly. You don't belong in that room? Neither do you, apparently. You think you're better than me now? No, I said, but I don't need your approval anymore. You're still the same scared kid. Maybe, I said. But now I know what I'm worth. Is my desk? I exhaled for the first time all day. Sophie walked by and glanced down at me. Didn't expect to see you again. I didn't expect to be back. She paused. You handled that meeting better than most execs. Thanks. Don't waste the chance, she said, walking off. I stared at my screen, stunned. Maybe I wasn't just surviving anymore. Maybe I was beginning. Asterisk, you're 5 minutes early. Mr. Lancaster said without looking up from his tablet. I set 3 alarms. I replied, standing by the doorway. Sit. I sat. Walk me through your revised structure. I opened the file, streamlined phase 2. If we consolidate the vendor list, we cut 30% of back-end delays. He nodded once. What's the risk? Reduced flexibility? I think the time saved is worth it. Convince the board tomorrow? Me. Yes, it's your model. Understood. He finally looked at me. New tie? Yeah. Keep wearing it. Glad it suits you. Look at you, Lena said, flipping a pancake. You actually ironed your shirt? I had to. Everyone looks like they walked out of a fashion magazine. And you walk in like an unpaid intern with anxiety issues? I laughed. It's not funny. It's kind of funny. I sat down with coffee. Trust me. Mr. Lancaster, he gives me real responsibilities. And Jason? I don't even think about him anymore. She raised a brow. Not even a little. Not like before. The office felt different now. People made space for me in the elevator. I said good morning. Sophie even waved once at the break room. She stepped beside me. You're presenting tomorrow? Yeah. You nervous? Terrified? You don't look it? I fake it. Keep doing that, she said. It's working. Jason passed me by the printer, eyes narrowing. Big man now, huh? Just doing my job? You really think he picked you for your ideas? What else would it be? He smirked. You really don't hear the rumors? I don't care about rumors. People say Lancaster has a thing for you. People say a lot. He never gave me this kind of access. It's not my problem. We stepped closer. Be careful, Noah. When you rise too fast, people expect you to fall. I smiled. Then I'll just keep rising. You were calm, Lancaster said after the presentation. I rehearsed. Didn't show that bad. We said you didn't sound rehearsed. You sounded ready. Thanks. We set his pen down. You surprised a few people today? Good surprise? He nodded. You'll join the executive retreat next month. Sophie will loop you in. Wait me. You're not just an intern anymore. That night I stood in front of my mirror. New haircut, new suit, new posture, same eyes. But they looked different. Like they belonged to someone who finally believed. They mattered. Asterisk, you and Mr. Lancaster, Sophie said quietly, sliding into the seat beside me in the conference room. Are the rumors true? I raised an eyebrow. What rumors? She gave a tight smile that there's something. Between you two? No, I said. There isn't. People talk, Noah. Let them. Sophie nodded slowly. You've changed. I've grown. She tilted her head. And he's helped that? Yes. Professionally. She looked like she wanted to believe me. I hope it stays that way. In the break room, I reached for coffee when Mark from accounting leaned over. Hey man, so what's it like dating the CEO? I blinked. I'm not. Really? Yes, really. He held up his hands. Hey, no judgment. Just curious. I mean, guy like him, guy like you. Stop. Just saying. It explained a lot. Explain what? How you skipped the ladder. I stared him down. Maybe I just climbed faster. Jason barged into the copy room where I was fixing the printer. You know people are talking, right? He said. About what? You and Lancaster. I'm aware. He folded his arms. And you're not going to deny it? Why should I? He scoffed. 'Cause it looks bad. Makes you look like you. Earned this the wrong way. And you think you earned anything the right way? Jason's jaw clenched. True, no. But you clearly wish it were. He stepped closer. Tell me, Noah, did you sleep with him to get this job? I didn't flinch. No. But it's nice knowing he sees value in me when you never did. His mouth opened, then shut. That's what's really eating you, isn't it? I added, that someone actually noticed me. And it wasn't you. He laughed bitterly. You're so smug now, no? Just done apologizing. Lena stirred her tea slowly, watching me across the table. You okay? She asked. I'm fine. You don't look fine. People are talking. Let them. It's getting ugly. She leaned in. Is it true? No, but you wish it was. I paused. Maybe not because I want him. Just it. Be simpler to believe I got here because of that. You didn't. I know. But they don't. Then prove them wrong, she said. Hey, show them who you really are. Jason's desk was a mess the next morning. Reports late. His calendar out of sync, Sophie muttered as she passed. He's slipping. I didn't say anything, but I noticed, and part of me thought, maybe this was justice. During the weekly debrief, Lancaster called out Jason's error. This forecast is 3 days outdated, he said coldly. Jason glanced at me. I've been swamped. Then delegate better, Lancaster replied. Noah, can you clean this up? Of course. Jason muttered something under his breath. I didn't ask what. Later, I found Jason in the parking lot, leaning against my car. You know what's funny? He said. Not really. Used to pity you, I know. You were so eager, so naive. And now I don't know what to think. Good, I said, unlocking the door. He stepped in front of it. Don't act like you're better than me. I'm not. I'm just not beneath you anymore. He stared at me, eyes cold. He'll drop you eventually. Maybe, but I'll land on my feet. He moved aside. I got in and drove off without another word. Back in my apartment, I sat in silence. No anger, no fear, no need to fight, just a strange calm. I wasn't chasing revenge anymore, I was chasing myself. Before we close, Mr. Lancaster said, setting his folder down, I want to recognize someone. I froze. In the last quarter, he continued, Noah single-handedly turned around our internal processes and saved us over $70,000. More importantly, he earned my trust. The room went still. I managed a quiet thank you. You've proven what potential looks like when it's actually followed through. I nodded once. I'll keep earning it. You already are. You must feel amazing, Sophie said as we walked out a little. Don't be modest. You lapped everyone in that room, including Jason. I glanced at him across the hall. He won't take it well. He's already not taking it well, she muttered. Did you hear? No, demoted. Effective immediately. Senior consultant only. I blinked. He's off the core team. M. Ham. Wow. Try not to gloat, she warned. Half smiling, even if he deserves it. Jason cornered me in the stairwell. You think you've won? He snapped. I think I've worked hard. You humiliated me. No, you did that yourself. I built that team, and I rebuilt what you neglected. He stepped closer.
Ow.
You really think Lancaster will keep you around? I don't need to think. Show up. I deliver. You're not better than me. I don't need to be better than you, I said. Just better than who I was with you. I opened my drawer that afternoon and saw it. No name. Just a plain envelope. Inside, a single typed sentence. You'll never be more than a shadow. I stared at it. Read it again. Folded it. Laughed. You okay? Lena asked over the phone. I got a letter from him. I'm sure of it. What did it say? I told her, are you mad? No, sad, no. Then,
What?
free. The next morning, I ran into Jason by the elevators. I saw the letter, I said calmly. What letter? His voice was too quick. Nice font choice, he sneered. Paranoid now, too. No, just done pretending. Seriously not going to crumble like you used to? No, not even a little. Not even close. He scoffed. We'll drop you eventually. You're nothing special. I leaned in. If I'm nothing, why are you still trying to hurt me? He had no answer. Later that day, Lancaster stopped me outside the boardroom. You did well yesterday, thank you. Handled the tension. 2, I shrugged. It wasn't hard. I expected it. He studied me for a moment. You're not who you were when I met you. I hope not. He nodded. I don't offer empty praise. You've earned your place. I appreciate that. Hey. Hungry always? Join me for lunch. No shop talk. At the cafe, over grilled salmon, I said, do people usually hate the ones they used to love? Lancaster raised an eyebrow. Getting philosophical? Just wondering? He set his fork down. Hate is often disappointment turned outward. Toward themselves. But redirected. Sounds about right. He hurt you? Yeah. But you're still here. Exactly. That evening I pulled out the letter again, held it under the desk lamp. You'll never be more than a shadow. He was wrong. Because I wasn't hiding anymore, and I didn't need his apology. Only my own peace. Asterisk you free. Friday night. Mr. Lancaster asked, eyes still on his laptop. I think so. The company gala. Bring a suit. You want me working the event? No, he said. You're coming as my +1. I blinked. +1 as in. As in beside me. You've earned the spotlight. Oh, he finally looked up. Problem? No, I didn't expect that. Get used to being unexpected, Noah. Do I look overdressed? I asked Lena, adjusting my cufflinks. You look expensive. Too much. No, just enough to make certain ex-boyfriends choke on their jealousy. I groaned. Not about Jason, isn't it? No. She smirked. Then stand tall, Noah. Whoever walks in with Lancaster isn't just seen, it's remembered. The ballroom glittered. Every face felt carved from ambition. I took a deep breath. Lancaster offered his arm. Nervous? A little. Don't be. You belong here. I hope so. No so. Who's that with Isaac? Someone whispered as we passed. He's the new guy, the intern-turned-prodigy. Rumor is there. I tuned it out. Let them wonder. Jason stood near the bar, jaw tight, his drink barely touched. He saw me, saw us, and his expression cracked. I nodded politely. He didn't nod back. Want to say something to him? Lancaster asked quietly. No, sure. Don't need to? Good? Enjoying yourself? Lancaster asked as we stepped onto the terrace. It's overwhelming. Not too much, I hope. No, just surreal. He glanced at me. I meant what I said earlier. You're not just another employee, figured. Do you know why I brought you tonight? Visibility? Confidence building? He smiled. Those, yes. But also because I admire you. I froze. You admire me? You've grown. Handled pressure with grace. People notice. Even you. Especially me. Are you saying this is personal? I asked cautiously. I'm saying you intrigue me, Noah. And this isn't just mentorship. It started that way, he said, voice lower. But people evolve. So do relationships. I didn't expect that. You're allowed to be surprised. I don't know how to respond. You don't have to. Just be honest. I want to figure out who I am first. Without someone else defining me? His smile didn't falter. That's exactly why I'm drawn to you. Inside, Jason cornered me by the restroom hallway. So this is it now? He hissed. You're his trophy? Excuse me? You think this makes you powerful? I stared at him. No, I think. Being respected makes me powerful. He'll drop you when he's bored. Maybe, I said calmly, but at least he sees me. He never did. Jason's fists clenched. You're not worth I am. I cut in. You just never knew how to value me. Back on the floor. I didn't look for Jason again. I danced once, laughed twice, smiled like I meant it because I finally understood. This wasn't about revenge. This was about finally being enough for myself. Asterisk buzz Jason. Can we talk? At Mel's. Tonight I stared at the message. Mel's, our booth. The place where he first called me his. Why now? Curiosity beat reason. Texted back. 8 p.m. He was already there when I walked in, fidgeting with the sugar packets, glancing up every time the bell above the door jingled. His eyes widened when he saw me. You came? Yeah, you look good. Thanks. Really good. Didn't return the compliment. I just slid into the booth. Silence. He cleared his throat. You still drink that ridiculous vanilla shake? I like what I like. He smiled like it meant something. I ordered you one. I'm not here for nostalgia. His smile faltered. I miss you, he blurted. Okay, I've been thinking a lot about us. There is no us, Jason. There could be. I tilted my head. Why now, I guess. I got scared. Of what? Loving someone who wasn't disposable? He flinched. I didn't mean those things I said. At the bar. Called me a stray dog. I was drunk. You were honest. He ran a hand through his hair. I was scared, Noah, of how I felt about you, of what it meant. You made me feel worthless, I said quietly. Every day, I begged for scraps. I know, he whispered, and I hate myself for it. I watched him, really looked the crease between his brows, the bags under his eyes, the fake confidence unraveling at the ab. Seems I never stopped caring, he said. Funny, I murmured. Because I did. His face crumpled. You don't mean that? I'm sorry, he whispered. God, I'm so sorry. Tears welled in his eyes. I never thought I'd lose you. You didn't lose me, I said. Gave me away. His hands trembled. I was a coward, and I was your cover. He bit his lip. Is there really no chance? I already said yes to someone. Else, his face fell. Who? I stared him down. Myself. He laughed bitterly. Figures. Now that you've got Lancaster's attention, don't do that. Do what? Reduce me again, like you always did. I didn't mean I'm not a trophy, Jason. I know. No, you knew how to win me. You never bothered learning how to keep me. He blinked hard. You used to love me. I used to need your love to breathe. It's over. Now, he reached across the table, hand out. Just one more chance. I didn't take it. I don't hate you, I said. But I don't trust you. And I don't want to fix what broke me. Tears slid down his face. I deserve this. Maybe, maybe not. But I deserve peace. He nodded slowly. You really don't feel anything? Feel sorry for you, I said. That's all. We stood up. He didn't stop me. Goodbye, Jason. His voice cracked behind me. You were the best thing that ever happened to me. I paused. I know, I said. That's why you'll remember me. Even when I forget you, I walked. Out free. Do you know why I brought you up here? Isaac asked, eyes fixed on the city skyline, 24 floors below. Because you needed fresh air? I offered. He smiled. Because I needed courage. I glanced over. For what? He reached into his coat pocket. My heart stopped. No. Yes. Isaac, I'm serious, Noah. He opened the box. A silver band. Clean, simple, unmistakable. I thought you didn't do dramatic gestures. I don't. This one terrified me. You're actually proposing? He nodded, with zero pressure. I laughed under my breath. Right? Because proposing on the rooftop of Titan Corp doesn't scream pressure. I love who you are, he said. It's not because of what you've done here, but because of how you do it. I'm not a finished product. Neither am I. I looked at the ring. Then back at him. I never thought I'd feel safe. Again, he took my hand. You are with me. I exhaled. Yes. His eyes widened. Yes. Yes. I said again. I'm saying yes. He kissed me before I could say it a third time. Sophie cornered me in the elevator the next morning. So, the ring's real? You heard? I live on gossip. Not sure how I feel about being office gossip. You're in love with the CEO. Own it. I chuckled. You're surprisingly chill about this. She crossed her arms. Want the truth? Always. I never liked Jason. He was smug. You worked. Quietly. Smartly this. You earned. I didn't think you noticed, she said. I just wasn't sure. You did. Lena nearly knocked me over when I told her. You're WHAT. Engaged. To Mr. CEO Fancy Jawline. Isaac. Yes. She burst into tears. Hey, why are you crying? Because, she sniffled, you're happy. I smiled. Yeah, I think I am. She grabbed my face. If he hurts you, he won't. Better not. I will key his Bentley. I laughed. It's a Porsche. Fine, I'll key his Porsche. The news spread fast. By lunchtime, half the office knew. By 3 p.m., so did Jason. He stormed into my office, uninvited. You're marrying him? Get out. You don't love him, and you would know. Sneered. He's using you. I stood up. Leave. He slammed a folder on my desk. I hope you're proud. I got fired today, I heard. You think you've won? I didn't know it was a competition. His nostrils flared. You told them I leaked that. Data. I didn't have to. Your email did. You're enjoying this? He snapped. No, I said. Enjoying implies entertainment. This is justice. I loved you. No, Jason, you used me. He stepped closer. Heal. Leave you. I'd rather be alone than ever beg you again. His voice cracked. You think I'm the villain? I think you made yourself one. He stared at me, broken, bitter, then walked out. He didn't slam the door. This time he just left. Isaac called that night. You okay? Yeah. He showed up, I know. You let him in. I let security escort him out after 5 minutes. I smiled. Thank you. I don't like anyone near what's mine. You say that like I'm a possession. No, he murmured. It's like you're a choice, and I choose you. I stood in front of the mirror, turning the ring on. My finger, not revenge, not validation, just peace. I finally chose me, and someone else did too. Asterisk ready, Lena asked, adjusting my boutonniere. I nodded slowly. Are you crying again? She sniffled. Absolutely. You've had a full month to get it out. This is my brother's wedding, Noah. I get unlimited tears. I chuckled. Fair. You look peaceful. I glanced at my reflection because I am. Outside the chapel doors, Sophie caught me. Okay, 2 things. Once, curities. Already handled it. I frowned. Handled what, Jason? I blinked. He showed up. Tried to walk in like he belonged. He's being held near the back entrance. Why would he even... He needed to see it, I guess. Looked past her, toward the aisle. Let him stay. Noah, let him see what love looks like. Lips pressed together. You sure? Doesn't get to ruin anything? Not today. She nodded. All right, but he stays outside. Good. Second thing, Sophie said, stepping closer. You deserve this. Thank you. No, really. You were a mess when you got here. Wow, I mean it lovingly. I believe you. She smiled. Isaac's lucky. We both are. The music swelled. Lena grabbed my arm. Let's do this. Halfway down the aisle, I caught a glimpse through the open archway. Jason held back by 2 guards, his eyes locked with mine. He didn't yell, didn't fight. He just looked like he knew, like he'd finally realized. But I didn't. Slow down. Isaac stood at the altar, hands folded, eyes shining. You made it, he whispered. Always was going to. He leaned in. You look like peace. I feel like it. The vows were simple. I choose you, I said. Yeah. Not because I need you, but because I want to keep choosing you every day. His voice was steady. You taught me patience, kindness. That strength isn't loud, it's honest. So I vow to never make you question your worth again. Lena audibly sobbed behind me. I smiled. Rings exchanged, hands gripped. Hearts full. You may kiss. He didn't wait. Neither did I. The room erupted. In applause, but all I heard was my own heartbeat. At the reception, Sophie raised a glass. To Noah, for surviving corporate hell and still landing the boss. Laughter followed. Isaac leaned toward me. I like her. She'll keep us humble, Lena added. Or threaten to punch anyone who tries to hurt you. Sounds about right, I said. An hour in, security approached. He's gone, the guard whispered. Jason left on his own, didn't say a word. I nodded, thank you. He walked away. So did that chapter of my life. On the dance floor, Isaac pulled me in. What are you thinking? That I walked right past the person who broke me and didn't flinch. He brushed his thumb along my jaw. You're not broken, no, I said. I'm whole. That night under the stars, after the cake and the lights and the last dance. I whispered. He watched me walk the aisle. Isaac kissed my temple. Now he has to watch you fly. I closed my eyes and believed it. Asterisk mail's here, Lena called, tossing a few envelopes on the counter. You've got something handwritten, no return address. My stomach tightened. Where? She pointed, that one, but top of the stack. I picked it up, staring at the familiar curve of my name. It's from him. She didn't ask who. You okay? I don't know yet. Isaac walked in, drying his hands. Something wrong? I held up the envelope. Jason. Paused. You want me to step out? No, just stay. I opened it slowly. His handwriting was messier than I remembered. Still, I read. Noah, I won't pretend I deserve a response. I'm not asking for forgiveness or a redo or anything really. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything. You didn't deserve how I treated you. You were good, and I couldn't handle that, so I ruined it. I hope you're happy. I really do, Jason. The silence afterward was thick. Lena asked, what did he say? I folded the letter once. He said sorry. Isaac leaned against the counter. Anything else? No requests? No excuses? Just sorry. Lena tilted her head. How do you feel? I don't know, I said quietly. Empty, but not sad. Isaac moved toward me. What do you want to do? I walked to the sink, then stopped halfway. No, I said. Not there. I grabbed the letter, opened the patio door, and stepped outside. The sky was soft orange, sunset melting into night. Isaac followed. Here, I struck a match. Here, the flame caught fast. Paper curled. It's turned to ash. I let it burn in the fire pit until there was nothing left. Lena stood in the doorway. You okay? I nodded. Yeah. Isaac reached for my hand. You sure? Yes. Why burn it? Because I needed to choose myself. Inside, Isaac poured us wine. To peace. To peace, I echoed. Lena raised her glass, into knowing when to let go. We clinked. I sipped slowly, watching the flame outside fade to soft embers. Later that night, Isaac pulled me onto the couch, arm draped around me. Do you regret not replying? No, he needed to say it. I didn't need to hear it. He kissed my shoulder. Closure doesn't always come with a door. Sometimes it's fire, adage, I added. He smiled, and you. We sat in silence for a while, then I stood and tugged his hand. Come with me. He followed without question. Up to the rooftop, the city lights stretched out before us. I inhaled. God, I whispered. It's beautiful. Isaac stepped beside me. So are you. I turned to him. Feel light. Like I left something behind. You did. I spent so long feeling like I wasn't enough. Like I had to earn love. You never had to earn it from me. I know. He looked out at the skyline. What do you see? Possibility, I said, finally. We stood there, fingers interlocked, quiet. Then I whispered, I was never worthless. Isaac looked at me. I just forgot my value, I finished, and I meant it. Every word.